Hello gamers, welcome in, Counter-Strike enjoyers. We are here, a little bit late, but we are here. Nuke getting kicked off between these two teams. Very much appreciate your patience on this one. I'm sure we're all chomping at the bit to watch this game. It is going to be straight fire, and that is exactly how Insani looks to start things. A laboured frag for him. Thank goodness the flashes are so good. Somehow he stays alive. MIBR, they wake up kicking. Kawes does his best to try and bring the CT side back into the round. Not going to happen. It's all down to the IGL.
Yeah, round just way too far gone here, surely. They're already aware of the threat here. Problem is the bombs actually, I think, dropped in front of Big Uzera right now, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe a world in which he just makes us a little bit more awkward and uncomfortable for the T side. They're all just posted on angles right now. They're waiting for Big Uzera to step into them, and you can just see how much respect is being offered up by MIBR right now, knowing that Big Uzera is left last alive here. They're not taking any unnecessary chances, and well, timing. It's all about the timing right now. He will peek back out. He's going to catch Insani looking the wrong way, and he catches Lukowski jumping back around the bomb side. Big Uzera takes him a while to activate, but when he does, boy, does he do the damage. He just tucks in towards Squeaky Door once again. Safe is so concerned. He's going to go hunting. He's going to go searching, but Big Uzera tucked into the corner. This could actually lull Safe into a false sense of security.
He's panicked for sure. Might not be showing it, but he really is worried. They're going to start moving forwards, and Safe with a good sense of timing. Give it 10-15 seconds before making the move. He doesn't need to rush things. He doesn't need to force that bomb plant. Wild opening into this one, though, Hayes. Exactly what we wanted. Exactly what we were expecting as well. So, it looks set to deliver. I'll give you that. A little bit of a time coming in. That should be into things soon.
I just love the way that Safe out-patiences, that's not even a word, but has more patience than Big Uzera there, because it was all about the patience for Big Uzera. This kill here on Lukowski certainly did spice things up. What a game between these two teams. I mean, Big Uzera obviously been in paiN. He's a household name for the org. Been on their books for a long time, would have played many a series against MIBR. He's looking for another win over them. You referenced the fact that this team have got a couple of games they played against each other this year, and paiN have actually gotten the better of MIBR in every best of 3 that they've played this year. So, is that tide going to turn?
Now would be a great time for it, right? I think once again we look to these teams and we expect these teams to be battling for Pro League for sure. MIBR, it feels... you know, I don't have the information completely on hand, but it does feel like they've been at Pro League more often than not over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
As that sort of South American representation. So they always do well. Maybe sometimes as well squeezing a little invite in there. Kawes with the double kill. Gets his hands onto a Galil, doesn't really do much with it. As it actually looks, excuse me, I thought we were on Kawes there. Numbers are getting a bit strange out here, I can't lie. As downstairs, Kawes keeps it coming on 1 HP, somehow battling for a 4K here, scaring them off. Drop that bomb, importantly, right? So he just needs to buy the time, get the support on the way, and I think indeed it has now arrived. Closing up the single door. Eventually, Kawes is dealt with, but, you know, they've lost bomb control, they've lost the info here.
Yeah, Kawes has done his job. Massively successful out of him here in this round with those 3 kills. Big missed tag opportunity there from NQZ. Big Uzera has gone down in the meantime, and that should spell the end of the round. Yeah, NQZ been brought down incredibly low. I love the attempt. The jumping no-scope from the scout will connect, but not in a fatal fashion. And MIBR weathered the storm against the force fire. That was not easy. Actually, just a smart decision from them to pivot down the vent when they do. I mean, Kawes did read that, but just didn't really have the help to do much about it. I still love how he puffs his chest out, though.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you know, this is something that we are going to see throughout the game, I feel. These players really looking to get into the heads of their opponents, looking to play that mental game. There's a lot in this, in that sense. Kawes on the boost, finds the first, and It's a really great first. You know, that M4 reveals itself, sure, but now it's probably going to put the fear into MIBR that it's like, huh, have they gone for a buy? Not expecting that so much.
Oh.
Lukowski was confident that maybe they had ecoed around the M4. Unfortunately, loses his head early. The whole round is now in jeopardy, it feels like. An attempt at the bomb plant. A massive nade from drop has probably slowed down the contingent towards heaven there. They're really just waiting for NQZ to draw the attention away, get this M4 in the mix, but it really is proving to be difficult at this time. MIBR handling the post plant very well. They'll go flying in, and this is where it does get a little scary. NQZ does well into the 1 versus 1 now, but surely not, because Zera's P2K brings it down to 15 HP, and we are straight out of the gates having an incredibly close game here. However, it is MIBR 3 in a row thus far.
3 in a row, and sure, the scoreline says, yeah, 3-0, clean start to the map. It's been anything but that, though. A 3v1 in the pistol round, turn 1v1. We then had a very close 2v2 in that second round. This one comes down to a 1 versus 1 as well. Incredibly tightly contested rounds up until now, and that's exactly what we've been hoping for. By all accounts, this is booked as the actual grand final for South American Challenger League Season 48. The best 2 teams in the competition, and we won a spicy affair. So hopefully it is a sign of things to come here. paiN going to be kicking themselves a little bit that they don't actually win that eco round, considering they had a 5v3. I think that massive nade in heaven actually goes a long way in bailing MIBR out, you know.
Yeah, for sure. It stopped them for a second, didn't it? I think once that bomb is being punched in, I feel like they wanted to just fly out heaven, isolate the 2 that weren't being helped by the guy that was planting, you know, and just put the pressure on, but the nade stopped them. The nade maybe even just like physically slowed them as well. Kawe's under pressure here. Having a great game so far, and I mean, that is technically a dink, I think, just through the railing, so it doesn't really do any damage. Not quite sure, maybe the sort of bullet flash ricochets confusing me slightly, but either way, he's done very, very well in this round to keep the 3v3 alive. With control coming in, it looks problematic here.
It's a bit awkward now for Exit because he's the one with the bomb in his back, but he's also the one who's trying to control these players coming through from ramp right now. All 3 of the remaining paiN Gaming players are just grouped up, so strength in numbers, I guess, is the name of the game right now, but it's also just quite awkward. It's quite uncomfortable trying to get back into the bomb site, trying to dump their utility. Eventually, Exit will be forced to drop off the catwalk and activate the bomb. Safe's not going to expect a second player to come through from there, but Insani's on point to trade. Exit will now recommit to that bomb plant. Look at how far forward Lux actually is, and it's smart from him. It catches Insani off guard, but Exit can trade, and again, another round that comes down to the wire.
Yeah, this is tough, man. I mean, this is where paiN, at the very least, whether we agree with that remains to be seen, but paiN will be saying, yo, they're getting lucky, we're so close, you know, we just need to keep at it. Really unafraid of taking the fights here, though, on both sides. This is, of course, the MIBR pick, the MIBR preference, the map that they found great success on in Pro League. So I think that is something to really consider here, is this is something that is tried and tested against international competition recently, and that will be a very, very big deal. That will give them a lot of confidence and, of course, just the evidence, the experience to draw from. paiN Gaming, meanwhile, do have a lot of reps. Again, it tends to be against that domestic competition, but this is also a map that they are unafraid of, I think it is safe to say. And you'd probably argue as well, given numbers, given this, that, and the other, if you want to put it under the microscope, this is probably their best map, quote unquote, but it is one that on that international realm they've not quite had the same kind of success with.
Yeah, I think Ancient right up there with Nuke for MIBR. It's their 2 staples. Does still play into paiN Gaming, who are very happy to play Nuke, obviously, as we've mentioned at length. Kawes, you just can't stop this man from fragging right now. Look at the kill counts on everybody on paiN Gaming outside of Kawes. That is quite remarkable. 3, 4, 6 kills across the board outside of Kawes, but he is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Another opening frag coming through from him. NQZ by himself in towards Secret. Oh my goodness, I lie, he's not by himself. He's got Kawes in tow, and they both just get steamrolled by Insani. You chose to highlight him as the player to watch, and boy is he proving for that to be a good decision. Lukowski just walks into Lux's crosshair. No problem collecting that kill. And MIBR looking the most dominant we've seen out of them in a round so far.
Breaking of the glass. Big Uzera knows what is coming. Somewhat of an off angle for him, but unfortunately just overwhelmed. Snow capitalizes for the one, but he was never going to be able to do anything there. MIBR steamrolling ahead, as you say, one of their more dominating rounds. I think that does make sense given the money, and paiN know that this is now getting harder to recover from. You can't just argue, okay, we're bringing it down to one, guys. That's nearly there. They have to find something that is actually sellable here.
Yeah, getting the rounds close doesn't count for points on the board. We need to see some conversion, so pause makes sense for paiN. Man, this MIBR team is looking red hot off the bat. I mean, when you look at the two teams side by side, I'd say you probably got a better unit, more connected, more on the same page. Obviously been together longer on the side of paiN. But if you compare the two teams side by side in terms of firepower, if you look at everybody at their ceiling, then MIBR, you know, clears a lot of teams. Really, they do. They can be such a difficult team to contain and play against when they're in that flow state, when everybody's at the top of their game, hitting their shots and looking as good as they have been so far. So paiN Gaming clearly got their work cut out for them.
Go then, big round, especially on the CT side, right? You want to be putting up a fight here. You want to be providing a good game from this proverbially stronger side. kawes, maybe not the man you want to come up against if you are MIBR. He's frightened off for now, but still a very scary prospect down on B.
Drop is the ramp player on the CT side. He's going hunting here on the T side. Lukowski's also searching. He's found kawes. And they're thinking, all right, well, if we know the kawes is the biggest threat right now, let's just isolate and overwhelm him. They've got full B-side control now. A couple players have rotated down for paiN, but they're not going to be able to do anything about this bomb plant. It's going to have to be an unlikely retake. Lukowski in a forward position right now. Oh man, this is paiN Gaming in pursuit of their first round. This was a gun round for them as well. 5-0, not the end of the world, but if you can't win that round at 5-0, it's certainly over. And NQZ, has he just accepted his fate, mate? He's committed to the save. He's saying, fellas, if you're going to go for the retake, you're doing that without me. I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, maybe a little bit strange. Maybe a little bit strange. He does not fancy it. paiN potentially not on the same page then. Insane attempt at the late retake here. I mean, it is going to be close on the defuse, to be fair. I don't think he would have had that looking at the bars, but it would have been really close. Sometimes, you know, those automated bars at the top are ever so slightly off by half a millisecond that can, of course, make all the difference. They end up throwing away all the guns. They end up losing the round, and that's not a great look for paiN. I think, as we say, not on the same page. MIBR, steam rolling ahead. This is a scary prospect.
That looked like a decision that was made by the individual there. It didn't look like that was a call that came through from the team that they were going to be binning the round entirely and saving their guns. And it wouldn't make sense to save it in that situation either. It was a 4v4, and you got like two players decon kind of thing, and one who's in control room. I mean, you're in a very good position to make the retake happen. It's not like you're still on the A site and you're crunching lobby, and now you have to even think about how you're going to get in a position to make the retake happen. That, for me, is not a good sign of the headspace that paiN Gaming are in right now. If they're not licking their lips at the prospect of a 4v4 retake when they're down 5-0, then I don't know how they're going to be winning rounds here, honestly. So, okay. A little bit worrying.
For real. Yeah. I don't know, man. They were our favorite coming into it, but it seems like MIBR, headspace-wise, are in a much better place.
Yeah, everybody's hitting their shots.
Yeah, exactly. That can be how it is decided on the day, really. There you go. Insani, we talked about him. Need to see the best version of him. That's a clean find on the first. Traded pretty quickly. They will maybe neglect a few angles here, but it should be all good. And indeed, just losing the one player, very crisp.
Yeah, they're looking better as this map is going on, which is a scary prospect. They've been able to rack up some money in the bank now. They're in a position where they've got enough cash such that if they lose the round, they can buy up again. It just when it works for MIBR, it really looks so ridiculously good, doesn't it? Just a symphony in motion. Just this double prong entry attack of Insania and Lukowski. Oh man, sign me up. I'm all for it. Two aggressive riflers, both just ridiculously talented. What an exciting prospect this is for MIBR. Okay, paiN, time to pitch up now, boys. Lux will peek with the AG, but drop. How's he gotten that frag? Exits out in the molly, and Snow doesn't even spot him. He's just trying to clear hut at the moment, completely discounts his opponent's position. Bomb site now in full control of MIBR. Oh, this one's looking as good as done. Wrap it up, put a bow in it, ship it off, boys. 8-0.
Wow. That's just a little bit silly. That is just a little bit silly. I mean, you know, it felt like he was taking the fight and then just moved off, like, so strange and hut. And then also, players able to just run through mollies, run straight out, like, MIBR are having too much fun right now. You know, for what felt like a really serious matchup coming into this, I am perplexed. I am perplexed by these past couple of rounds. So, MIBR will, I'm sure, take it to the bank, but paiN Gaming, this is not a good version of them right now.
I feel like MIBR are just looking really good on an individual level. How many times have we just seen a player posted on an angle that hits an instant headshot when someone swings on them? We saw it from Lukowski a couple rounds ago. We saw it from Drop here in this round as well. Posted hut, he kills Lux as soon as he gets swung on, even after being naded. They're looking super dialed in right now. And it's tough for paiN Gaming because it's not like there's a strat that can kind of just change the outcome here. They just have to be able to go toe-to-toe with MIBR right now and be able to shut down these false A players that constantly come their way. And if not now, then when?
Yes, well, I suppose that is the big question. I don't know. The boat may well have sailed.
True.
To be honest. But any round's going to be good. Any round is going to be good here. MIBR, with a pace change, potentially expecting something to come their way. paiN not really changing much themselves. Similar kind of setup here. They are just looking to win out these early fights, I suppose. The NQZ AWP post is the only big difference.
He's had the AWP a number of times. Hasn't really been able to find the impact this time. He is over towards the A bomb site, like you say. And MIBR are going to go exploring in towards ramp later on. Lux is here to support Kawa. It's the first time they've got two players to try and deal with the T side. And they will be able to work in conjunction with one another. Safe misses a key opportunity to get the trade. This is a rare advantage now for paiN as Snow gets a frag elsewhere. So a 4 versus 2. That's going to force Insanity to start to make some moves outside here. But Snow smartly repositioned into Mini. So he's in a strong spot right now. Should be no way back into this round for MIBR. I say that, but Lux has just kind of gifted them a way back. I think that they still just accepted their fate here, though. Yeah, they're just going to commit to the save. Don't think that's necessary from Lux in the 4v2. That could have unraveled things.
Yeah, possible. Very, very possible for sure. And again, we do have to be careful allowing MIBR to feel like they're still in control of little bits of the round. You want to be winning something super dominant. And also, money, right? It's a big deal towards the tail end here. I think the rounds are ultimately all that matter for paiN. You know, they really, really need some numbers on the board. It is an unconventional kind of round. Unconventional setups is potentially the only thing I will give them. Yeah, MIBR I think might have said, okay, what are they doing? That's a little bit weird. But now MIBR will be a bit sharper into the follow-up.
I'm going back to ramp if I'm MIBR this next next round. Well, you know, it was that kind of gimmicky setup with the two-man setup towards ramp. You're not going to expect that to happen again, I don't think, for paiN, because they stopped MIBR. They're probably going to just change things up and send Lux back to the A-bomb site. So maybe you pressure outside smokes, a little bit of pressure on the A-bomb site, and then you go back to the ramp take again, because they've had a lot of success with the ramp take throughout this half so far. Let's see, what's the plan going to be here, MIBR? What's the call, Mr. Exit?
Indeed. What is the call? They have to work things out here, and for me, I think it is paramount that paiN string this together. Biguzera will kick things off. He actually had a great series yesterday from that IGL seat. Does well for the first. Second one a little shakier. Not sure it needed that reface, and it will be the kill back for MIBR.
And look at the space now that's been afforded to them as a result as they start to make their way down secret. There's no resistance at all. Kawes is still worried about ramp, and he'll be allowed to pivot down as Snow will take up that position. So Kawes is going to be on the scene in time. Minute on the clock now. Lux is going searching in towards trophy room. He's going to catch exit, and that's going to give all the info into the world now to MIBR as to what paiN rather as to what's going on here.
I like the setup. They do look very, very ready. Lux goes in for the face. Will go down. That messes with the setup here ever so slightly. Kawes at the back end of the silo. Spam down. They know about him, and it is unraveling here. Just NQZ remains alone. And the 4 versus 3 turn 3 versus 1 is absolutely brilliant from MIBR.
Just such a well-constructed round, right? I mean, Safe has been hitting some really key shots in these rounds as well. Hasn't had to do a huge amount, but when the round is kind of on the edge, that's when he comes alive. Both the kills he's gotten here in this round have been very important. He gets that initial kill outside on Biguzera. That gives them the space to then pivot down secret and pressure B. And then he gets a really big frag on Lux there as well, because that's what then allows them to start to make their way into the B bomb site. And then even then, really good combination between Drop and Lukazi to deal with the other threat. Kawes, I think spatially was slightly out of position, just exposing himself to double doors means they were able to spot him out before he kind of got the gunfight he wanted. Big kill there from NQZ, can at least retain the AWP, but it's 9-1, mate. We can't be celebrating saved guns at this point. They need rounds.
Yeah, definitely. I think it really doesn't matter. As we mentioned quite a bit yesterday, actually. The difference between that 12-0 and 11-1 is really just nothing, to be honest. MIBR will be happy with a dominant half like that. They'll be happy with 10, you know. So paiN have not helped themselves here. The 1 round and then immediately losing the follow-up is a very, very bad sign as well. QZ goes searching here. Takes a frag, drops the bomb. So a bit of an idea given across to paiN. Maybe finally, some kind of an upper hand.
Yeah, I like that NQZ is also just fighting on the front lines with his AWP. MIBR, once again, going to fall back to ramp here. Nice flash, kind of force Kawes backwards, and Sani is tracking and tracing, so hunting Kawes down. Oh, he catches him in transition towards control room. That nade chips him down even further, and Insani wins the gunfight with Lux. This guy is Insani.
Yeah, bro. We highlighted him. He might not be right at the top, but this guy's always going to be consistent, and once in a while he just has one of those absolute life maps. Not necessarily needed on this one, it would seem, but maybe into that follow-up we get him warmed up ever so slightly, and, you know, onto Mirage, I think he could be a really, really dangerous player. Bomb's gone down.
Go for this.
Yeah, paiN are going for it.
You can't cop out 4v4 when you're down 9-1. The problem is 3 of them are trying to come up the vent, and because the player coming through from squeaky door's gone down, they don't have safe passage anymore. That's double digits for MIBR inside 11 rounds. Paging paiN Gaming, because they are not on the server right now. Not at all a performance they would have been hoping for coming into such an important game. NQZ at least has support there from Kawes to keep them alive. They'll survive the bomb explosion. But again, these are just small consolidation victories. They don't mean much in the grand scheme of things. And I just love how MIBR moved their way through that round after pressuring ramp, forcing Powerwaves back, and Sandy goes down the ramp, you know, he kills Lux, the rotator, applies so much pressure on that B bomb site, and then they just weave their way through the defense. They actually just switch it up. They go through hell up heaven into A, catches paiN completely off guard.
Yeah, man, I don't know what is happening here. I don't know what is happening. We're seeing some really questionable stuff out from paiN, to be honest. Wild run in towards ramp. Why not finish the half with a B rush? And it will indeed work out. 1-for-1 control of downstairs gained. Whether they can act upon it is, of course, the big question. Lux is here to try and put up a defense. Doesn't look great. He's going to try and make somewhat of a move. Maybe just trying to get the angle. The smoke's going to go down soon, though, and the bomb is as yet to be planted. So they do have to be careful.
Safe looking flicky, man. Doesn't matter. AWP or AK, he is looking like a live wire. And actually, MIBR, they're going to detach from this B bomb site. They're going to look to try and swivel away. NQZ kind of has them locked in. The problem with his position is, how does he avoid the trade from here? Cool kill on Insani and gets out of dodge exactly as was required from NQZ. And kind of realizes what's going on off the back of that frag as well. Safe is still going to try and keep them focused on this B bomb site. Options available for MIBR. They might have to go back to Safe here now, you know.
Yeah, this is a bit weird. This is definitely a bit weird, the round that MIBR have created. All by themselves. No one really asked them to do it, so... yeah, they will move back and join Safe. Bomb plant should come in. Single is open, though, and yeah, actually, no. Bomb plant denied away. Looks with the triple right at the tail end. So, second round in for paiN. Will it be enough? Will it be enough? We're not so sure here, but I'm sure they are indeed going to believe in themselves for the second half. We'll catch you in a few.
Domination, decimation, devastation. You could go with your pick of a word. It was just class from MIBR throughout that first half. 10-2. And no, the HUD is not wrong. They're now on the defensive half of the map. So really, MIBR in complete control of Nuke right now. Winning the pistol would basically just lock the map in. So let's see if they can get it done as soon as the CT side. Pistol safe, bobbing and weaving back and forth. Eventually does get overwhelmed, but at least he gets a kill before that happens.
Yeah, we'll see. paiN have obviously got an insurmountable task ahead of them, but it will begin with this pistol. Snow finds one, nearly two. At least creates the second down there. So, looking good here for paiN. The CTs, I think, were chasing ghosts for a little bit. They're nowhere near the bomb site, nowhere near to deny the plant. Gauzy will make his way down quite fast, and of course the vent drop for drop does close this gap. Maybe, just maybe. Double opens. Nice find from Lukowski. Can't get the second, though. And it will just be all on drop, as the 1 versus 2 has to happen if MIBR want to close this game out quick. Not the case. paiN will extend play.
Yeah, exactly what they needed, picking up the second half pistol round. Even if it's just to buoy themselves a little bit here. You know, win a couple rounds back, improve the optics of the map itself, just improve the confidence in the camp. We saw them get ruffle stomped yesterday on their first map, Inferno, against Insanity, and then they came back and dominated Insanity on the following 2 maps. So, it's not like paiN, I mean, they've proven that they're able to come back from these sort of heavy losses already, but see if they can just save face a little bit here on Nuke. Big0 calls a mean T-side on this map. Drop will try force it early on in the force buy. Lost his life out, so gonna give paiN a good advantage here early on against the force buy.
Quiet round after that first kill. Insani trying to gather info, see if anyone's hanging around the garage area. Unfortunately, they have moved down secret, and no one down there, so I think they'll hold off ever so slightly. paiN, try and keep attention on the top bomb site. The one big thing, of course, is that
problem.
Yeah, this comes as a crunch, as a pincer movement onto B, and unlikely to be expected is the 3-man hold at ramp. MP9 up top. They'll now start crunching forwards, and they do indeed find the kills, but it comes up from behind. I mean, great idea. If Lux had been there to help out, maybe they could have controlled the situation better. But they split off downstairs. And Sani, of course, that late presence on A, guarding outside, catches Lux in the back. And MIBR, they win the force buy. They know what's up. And they completely sell themselves on it, you know? They don't panic. They don't say, oh, what if they're down secret? We got to bail. We got to, you know, move off this setup. They committed to the setup, and it pays off.
Yeah, they had to double down on the gamble there. Just go all in on that ramp stack and hope and pray paiN Gaming come in that direction. And it's a little bit lackadaisical from paiN, I would say, as well. You know, you've got the 2 players who have crossed outside. The gamble of going up ramp there was a risky one, and it costs them everything. They'll spend all their money here coming to this next round. Will paiN Gaming? Snow with the AK has already been dispatched of at least. Luck gets a kill back to recover that rifle. He himself, though, is going to be feeling the pressure. Does exit, want to drop down here and force the kill. Probably did think about it, but wisely decides against it. Oh, paiN. How have you guys ended up in this position? A disaster. No utility bar, single smoke grenade as well to try and get back into the map here. And it will be towards ramp once again. This time, it's only Drop there. But Drop is such a good ramp player as well, by the way. He is a huge factor in MIBR's success on this map. So reliable on this part of the map.
Got a lovely setup for this round as well. Oh, safe. Great game out from him. In comes Drop, trading off each other. Drop will move forwards now to try and end the round prematurely. Left against the Deagle. Looks good. Just can't quite guess the right side. There you go. The bullets finally land. It felt like he was going to be given enough opportunities to get it. And we have map point coming in from MIBR. I mean, this is epic. This is potentially the team that were expected to take the map, but in this fashion is absolutely ridiculous. And they continue making a name for themselves on this one at Pro League, and now against domestic competition, looking unstoppable.
Looking ridiculously good, right? I mean, remember how close the opening 4 or 5 rounds of this map actually were. Imagine paiN Gaming win 1 or 2 of those clutches, right? Could be a completely different map at that point, and MIBR didn't need any second invitation after they got the ball rolling. They haven't stopped rolling here. paiN Gaming being rolled over. Rolled up and smoked. I don't know, man. There's a lot of puns in there to be made either way. It is going to be a very tough showing so far for paiN. 12-3. Just pistols in play here. Masterclass from the team who have picked the map.
Really does make us worry for that next. I mean, paiN, we did see them yesterday, right? They were super slow to start there as well, and then they had their kind of clean punish pick. Potentially, I think, for me, their favourite map. Yes, indeed. It might not be the most played or super high on the win rate, etc., but I think they really like playing it against fellow South American teams, especially. Just running around, having a good time. But it is always a risk, man. And I mentioned this a lot in EU with Neo. Maybe not in the very, very one-sided affairs on that map. At least on paper. But, you know, we always like to talk about the fact that Mirage is the baseline map at the moment. Inferno's maybe fallen off in that sense. Mirage looks really, really good for a lot of teams, and everyone's got to know how to play it. Now, I have talked over this round thinking it was going to be over in a jiff, but not the case. 2 versus 2's ensued here, Hayes.
Or Sunny, all about the timing right now. In towards single, door opens up, exposes both the players on the other side. Gets the kill on NQZ, gets out of dodge. Look at the timing, Scriv. Or at the time, shall I say, 6 seconds on the clock right now. Lux will actually be able to activate the bomb. Exit's applying so much pressure. Lux has no idea where the fights are coming through from. Continues to be chipped down. Exit will force the frag. And MIBR conclude proceedings here on map 1 in this upper bracket final.
Bro, it just goes to show as well, you know, that is a round that gets brought close on the pistols, on the, you know, force buy, low buy, and ultimately those are the types of rounds where you can see teams just get caught off and a bit panicked, moving a bit too quick, especially when the scoreline's like that, right? They're maybe not going to be as well drilled on the retake, but you really don't want to be risking it at the end of the day. And look, I think from a logical standpoint, this should ultimately be paiN's map, just with how the stats look and the fact that they are just really proficient on this one. I think, as I said, yes, it might not be up there in terms of all the raw statistics as compared, funnily enough, to Nuke, but Anubis being the other one. I think that this feels a little bit more like their favorite, at least within the region. It's a bit harder to play against European teams for sure. So, as we get into things, paiN on that T side need to hit the ground running. It's an overused phrase, but it is absolutely true here because this team gave us nothing to be happy with on Nuke, and this is supposed to be a bit more of a playground for them. A quick move towards B? No, it seems like just faking out some info.
Bit of a bait and switch setup being employed right now between Drop and Safe, and Safe doesn't hear any further pressure or presence. Is he compelled to maybe just peek down the line and see what's actually going on in apartments? Feels like paiN are just playing the situation right now after pressuring B early on, waiting to see if there's any response from the CT side. Do they push ramp, pressure middle, maybe try and go lowers? And then once MIBR haven't made any more moves, then paiN will start to scale their way forward here once again. Making their way through lowers. Safe needed that kill every day of the week. Won't be able to, but the pressure now shifts to the opposite side of the map.
Insani trying to just pull away. Oh my goodness. Everywhere he looks, there is an opponent. Not looking good for MIBR. Kills roll in all of a sudden. It was on the knife edge for a moment, but the Glocks take over. Drop on his kit. Armorless USP is going to attempt to save here. Even that is under threat somewhat. So we saw a lot of the mental game with how MIBR were relentless with the hunting, relentless with the clutching and all this kind of stuff. It seems like paiN are trying to employ some of that as well. A heavy, heavy hunt here in the pistol to deny anything into that next round will give them their first, but also I think is a fresh slate for them here on Mirage.
Yeah, it's a good pistol round one. Will help put the demons to bed with what happened on that previous map. Well-constructed pistol round as well. Winning out some important gunfights. Felt like MIBR just never had a favorable gunfight there. After Safe whiffs his shots in apartments. Every single time a player tries to take a fight for MIBR, they end up fighting with at least 2 players. So, good teamwork there from paiN Gaming. Buddy system works out. Now they'll play against the Force Spy. Saw them lose to the Force Spy at the start of the second half on Nuke. Can't afford for that to happen here on Mirage as well.
It is true. I think they will be acutely aware of that fact. Execute coming over the top. Not the greatest. Not the greatest. They don't move quickly with it. They don't flow with the smokes as we see sometimes. So a very staggered approach. And of course this smoke that's been thrown down by Insani is really making them second-guess themselves. Plant is being forced. Insani goes down eventually. Smoke's going to begin to dissipate. And actually, I think MIBR are like, all right, screw this. We're out. Let's just save.
Yeah, I think it's the right call in the moment as well. There's no way you're going to retake into that A-bomb site, carry these guns over, save your money in that next round to still essentially have a Force Spy to work with. Exit will get caught just walking through lowers, so at least that'll just make the next round slightly easier for paiN Gaming, as they will double up their round count early on here on Mirage. As you say, wasn't an ideal push into that A-bomb site coming through initially from paiN, but they're still able to make it work. Just good attention to detail, not getting caught off guard by Insani with his little bit of his shenanigans he was bringing to the bomb site, playing around the smoke grenade. And it will be that 2-0. See, Trav caught me in the act here, Scriv.
Oh, yes.
Caught me with another co-caster. I'm sorry, Trav. I promise it's not what it looks like.
Well, you know, Trav and I have had a few adventures in our time, so.
Oh, wow. So what you're saying is this isn't the first time that
Yeah, it's me.
something like this is
problem.
happening. Yeah, okay, all right. We've got the common denominator. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, well, as long as we're all sharing, it's okay.
Yes. Counter-Strike enjoyer Trav, though. Good to see him out, of course. And you guys going to be covering the final, I believe you said?
Yes,
yesterday?
sir. Yeah, we got the best of 5 final lined up, which is always exciting. Won't be too much trouble here, right?
You'd hope. Drops around the first and the second and the third. Right. You spoke too soon. You spoke too soon. Maybe the trades will be back here. The weaponry's not too bad from paiN, but it is just ultimately the numbers. And I mean, it's ultimately drop, killing everybody. So a great idea from MIBR to save in the previous. And I think, again, they know this kind of game. It's so tense, so nervy from both teams. Just keep that pressure on, and eventually something will crack. paiN, too predictable. Big Uzera, of course, trying to use his brain. He loves a good clutch here and just trying to outthink his opponents. Unfortunately, not quite working. Nobody moving. The nade? Doesn't make it deep enough. He reveals himself, and Drop will get the ace. That's a big old ace from Drop. Really, really, really key round for MIBR to steal away.
Essentially an eco round, right? Sure, they carried over 3 sets of 4-stop weapons, but they really didn't have much to work with. I love the setup in that round from MIBR as well. You just roll the dice in a round like this. You have to go for a gamble. Stacking up the A-bombs, that works out perfectly. Fighting in conjunction with one another. Drop does so much with that MP9, just flying around the bomb site. He's 6-1 right now. Scriv, he's the only player with kills on MIBR right now. That is insane from Drop.
Yeah, unbelievable. Not something you see every day. Maybe not even something you see every month in this game. Immediate timeout, though, from paiN. You've got to respect it. Again, just speaks to that undertone here of, like, it's such an important map, right? Obviously. But I think also it speaks into this thought process that you and I had of, like, MIBR could take this. MIBR could have been doing the work on this and whatnot. So paiN are not taking any chances. I think they feel that as well. That it's like, this map could go against us just because we've got the stats, just because we've got the numbers and, you know, some decent games on it recently doesn't mean that this is a surefire thing. And I think, yeah, they're maybe a bit worried. Maybe in the break they've done a bit of asking around, like, yo, have you been scrimming MIBR on Mirage recently? Like, what's been going on? Can you help us out? That's a really early timeout from paiN.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And I guess it's just to make sure they keep their heads and they don't let things slip after losing to a round of that nature. Problem is, look at what that does to their investment coming into the round immediately afterwards. Pots and pans being forced together. Very light on utility. Lose this 2-all anti-eco for MIBR in the next. So this one carries a lot of weight for paiN Gaming. Lux has been able to come through from low, is completely undetected. Catches Lukowski, forces the fight on Insani as well. Lux has done the most yet to completely unlock the round for his team. And we're frozen for a moment. Don't know if that was just on my side. Either way, we're back. We're back in time to catch Exit. He needs a multi. Has to do it all, and he's only good for the one.
Goodness me, seems like the CSTV, it was happening for me as well. Didn't want the round to end, the round to go against MIBR. Drop saying the same. He's left in this 1 versus 3 situation, brings it down to 2. He's got the info. He's got the info. He just needs to obviously land these shots, and it's not going to be easy at all. Flash comes in again. No movement. I don't even know. It kind of feels like, as you know, NQZ, is he disconnected? He's just staring at the wall of triple. Not a single step being taken. No, he is here, but yeah, just playing it incredibly safe. No info, no look towards stairs, no, oh, I might be able to get this kill. They need it.
See what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so key from them. Really well played.
Yeah, absolutely. And a huge breath, a huge sigh of relief, no doubt, for paiN Gaming as they win that force buy as well. A little bit lazy from Lukowski to get caught off by Lux. It's because they'd killed a player in lowers already, so they'd kind of just discounted that part of the map, and it punishes them completely. Huge triple. I mean, the first 2 kills from Lux were wonderful. The fact that he gets a third, though, is just ridiculous, man.
Yeah. Crazy scenes, man. Crazy scenes. Oh, Lukowski.
That's okay, Lukowski. I struggle with that jump as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you a salaried pro player, or?
No, sir.
No? Is that just it?
That's true.
Maybe a bit
Fair
rude.
enough.
Maybe a
No,
bit
I
rude.
love that. Make me feel better about myself. I'll take it.
Yeah. It does happen, though, unfortunately. I think, especially in CS2, it just feels like you've got years and years of Go muscle memory.
Yeah, but less reliable.
Slightly different.
Jumps here. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least they've got a full arsenal of weapons here for MIBR.
Actually has become a pretty quiet round, pretty slow round. paiN feeling things out, walking up connector, really cheeky. They didn't have any smokes down, they didn't have any kind of flashes to set themselves up, so that is a dry walk up middle, see what we can get away with, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Still not over quite yet. Safe is here with this AWP. Big kill from Drop. That was the man that was closest to the site itself. And he's able to bring it back down to an even situation. Bomb's been forced to move away. They've read this quickly, so MIBR maybe on top of things here.
Safe is already on a move here, and he's going to be in position just in time. Where does he actually place himself is the question. 20 seconds on the clock here. Oh, Big Uzira gonna go down here to the AWP of Safe. That's gonna confirm his suspicions that paiN are gonna try and go in towards this B bomb site. And that's forced Kawes to pause for but a moment. He's really hoping he gets this gunfight offered up to him before he has to force the plant. And there's no way he's gonna be offered up this bomb plant at all. And there we go. MIBR actually will close out the round. That was looking really good for paiN. A 5 versus 3 for a brief moment after they get those 2 kills in connector. Lukowski does well to get a frag back, but I was a little bit skeptical of his decision to just stay in the exact same off angle. He gets swung on, he goes down, and then Drop just assumes that position, and he picks up where Lukowski had left off.
Unreal. Absolutely unreal showing, I think, from both sides, really. We're having some great rounds out here, and we'll see if this tension eventually snaps. You know, it does feel like the kind of elastic band effect just being pulled and pulled and pulled, and eventually it's either going to have to be let go by one of the teams, or indeed it will forcefully break. Lukowski forcing a fight towards mid, falls south, and paiN will be thankful for an early fight.
I feel like paiN have actually been bossing middle so far throughout this half. Another opening kill, Lukazi 1 and 5. He's having a tough time of it. The connector smoke gets cleared out kindly there for Insani. He reaps the reward. Very good instant headshot coming through from exit. Probably not going to expect Lux on this angle though, so at least a good trade. Lux himself could get caught off by Insani. Oh my goodness, Lux is one of the bravest players I've ever seen in my life, and he is, well, able to capitalize on his boldness. And Kawes gets in on the action as well. Lux, again, the key that's unlocked the round here for paiN.
This is what I was talking about. Just a mad break here. And it all comes off the back of an overface from Lukazi. That really spiraled everything from the start of the round. Now, the one big thing Drop has is they don't know where he is. They've also got a bomb to retrieve. And they're pretty sure that he knows where the bomb is at. And I think he does. And he's gone for, like, the least likely path. Doesn't care about the bomb. Doesn't care about the bomb at all. And is just looking to try and get the drop on these guys. Now, it's all going to come down to timing.
Oh, no, they're going A.
There's no way he's correct. Bro, I figured they get the bomb, they go B, right? But they've picked up the bomb. They've dropped back. He could actually win it here and now by just dropping the bomb. Drop. Oh, my goodness. He plays it too safe. He plays it too safe. They spot him before he's even able to get any damage onto the planter. That is, oh, so painful to watch.
I also think it's one of those moments where Drop's licking his lips because he sees the time on the clock, he hears the footsteps, and he sees the bomb planter. Even looked like he was just trying to take an extra second to line up the headshot, but Lux is so smart with the way that he positions himself. Not like he's already got half a mind on the post plant, trying to play connector, you know, thinking about the long game. He's like, I just need to cover my homie here for the bomb plant. Lux has been monumental here in paiN Gaming's success early on in Mirage. He's 10 for 4. What a display coming through from him. MIBR, they're going to empty their pockets and go for the force buy once again, but it's going to be an exec into the A bomb site, and that is the perfect antidote to the setup CTs have employed.
Just so ridiculous here, man. These rounds are unreal. Well, I'm going to go down. Exit finds the first kill of this one. Lux is once again hanging out to try and be the danger man. Here's him coming. 2 pieces. Nice. Oh, yes. 3 is so good. And the Glock as well. Bro, just as you brought him up, this guy impresses with an insane little 1v4 exchange there. You figure surely got to go down after the first 2. Surely. But no, they can't take him. They can't deal with him. He's unkillable.
Go on. Give him the ace. Come on, Lux. He's so low, though. That's the problem. He's dropped his gun. Oh, no. He's thrown his gun away. And you'll still get the ace anyway. Lux, what in God's name is that? That's ridiculous. All 5 kills. It's the second ace here on the map. Nothing lucky about that. That is just all Lux.
Yeah, this is just getting out of hand.
It's silly.
To be honest, these rounds... Unreal. Unreal. We've had the drop ace. We've had that ace. But we've had, like, the 4v2 of the previous round. Like, what is happening here, guys? I think the one-sidedness and the chaos of the first map has just lived on in this one. But MIBR less comfortable from an instinctive standpoint. So they're the ones that are making the mistakes this time around.
6-2. And we had it yesterday where it was a blowout in the first map and Sanity just destroyed paiN, and then paiN gave them a taste of their own medicine on that next map. We had a 13-5 on both occasions. Could we see paiN just demolish MIBR here as well? I don't think so. Not with MIBR looking as good as they did on Nuke, and you can see the individuals are showing glimpses here on Mirage right now, but MIBR will certainly need more than 2 from this first half. I'm thinking like 5 at the bare minimum here. Is there a...
Yeah, you would expect so.
There's no way they win this round, though, right? I know it's 4v3, but there's no kit.
Said it.
Still 2 USPs. I know. I've done it already before in this half. This time I'm extra confident, though.
They are a bit disjointed, to be honest, and also can't find the bomb, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, it obviously numbers were there, but they had like 1 guy connected, 1 guy flanking, 2 guys on site. It was just a bit all over the place from the MIBR retake contingent. Maybe even an argument to just save the AK into the next round, you know, but not what they go for. Absolutely wild ride all over the shop. paiN Gaming starting to steamroll ahead. This is the important round if MIBR are to stay alive in this first half.
Yeah, exactly. This is the gun round that they need to put up. See if they can make it happen. Nice play coming through from Safe there. Clears out the sniper smoke, and he takes down the primary threat. Lux has been eliminated. Is that the key to winning the round here? We're going to find out. Now the rest of paiN Gaming going to have to show us what they're capable of. It's been the Lux show up until now. He's certainly been on the fringes in the Brazilian scene for a while. I remember, I'm pretty sure he stood in for Imperial at a big LAN event when... Was it when Fallen was still playing for Imperial? I know that he's been a player that has been on the books for a while. I have to go and check it. I'm pretty sure he stood in for Imperial at a point, though, at a big event. Either way, it's still an important round here. I can draw back to that conversation a bit later on. paiN Gaming look to try and work their way into the safe bomb site. In the meantime, Exit's flanking through Palace, but NQZ kind of has an idea this could be happening right now. Oh, it's such an awkward fight, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that is
And what
unlucky.
do they do? Because they were going to try and go back to Big Uzero on the B bomb site. He's gone down, so now have to go back into A, but... I mean, it's so tough. Player CT, player Palace. At least they've got the knowledge of these positions.
Okay. Bomb going down. Oh, God. Okay, and Sunny does manage to, you know, find a plan to get some decent damage. So that would have been unreal if they lost that one. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, thank goodness. I don't think my sanity would have taken that very well. But, yeah, paiN, we talked about MIBR disjointed round in the one before that. I think they have a bit of that themselves, unfortunately. Just sending a few individuals off on their own. Not really backing the ideas. Not really... all that well thought out, but still plenty of room to work with. Now, this is a really heads-up timeout. Really heads-up timeout. You've just been not necessarily gifted, but, you know, rewarded with a round for your own patience, your own bravery with a bit of pushes. paiN have made a few mistakes, and they want to capitalize on this opportunity. We see so many teams at this level of the game in particular take timeouts that are in a losing position, right? Or in a position of, oh my goodness, what is happening to the game, right? MIBR have just won one. Yes, they're still down by rounds, but they're like, okay, what are we doing now? How do we get the next one?
And I think it's important because if you only use your timeouts in losing situations, then it creates a connotation where every time you pause, it's like, damn, if we're pausing, it means that things are going really badly. You've got to have some depth in terms of how you use your pauses. I was going to say NQZ has a really good chance to find an opening frag, but it's just going to be a tag onto safe. And Big Uzero actually going to be the first to fall, and Sani forcing that fight in lowers comes out on top.
Looks, as per usual, trying to be the man to win the round out. Hiding in the smoke. Gets the kill. Okay. Not going to get another. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it, guys. So, you know, definitely is possible.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen it as recent as this map alone. Alright, well. 4 versus 3. paiN got a couple players in towards mid here.
Quieten down as paiN look for a window to present itself. Might come in the form of the B bomb site. Unfortunately, too uncertain here. 30 seconds left. Smoke going to come over the top. Flash to back it. It's not the best, is it? It's not the best. Maybe baiting in some kind of a peek. It's all on the short player. Drop knew what's up. I think really, really well read from him to have the heads-up play. Nearly gets all 3 there with the dink. Gun letting him down, really, but a perfect round coming in from Drop to clean that one up. MIBR closing this gap.
Yeah, they've definitely been able to wrestle their way back into contention here on Mirage. And I feel like a big hallmark or theme here for this fight back from MIBR is just that they've been able to contest middle successfully, right? Because that's where they were really struggling in the early game of this map, and they have been able to find a solution, find a recipe to make life a bit more difficult for paiN. Should be able to get that 5th. I mentioned for me, 5 was the bare minimum for MIBR in this first half, and that's going to be realized pretty easily here, I'd imagine.
One would assume so. Already a couple falling. paiN kind of in pain in this round, really. It's been a very back and forth game, very fight heavy game. This feels like the first full eco we've had, where there's not been one gun or a few deagles. Yeah, the first full on eco. If they can even find anything, then I think they'd be pretty happy. Oh, there you go. Glock gets involved, but only the one. So MIBR, they've done well to pull this back, honestly. I thought paiN were in position to give us a super one-sided game once again.
I mean, they were at 6-2. We've even mentioned that was the gun round MIBR had to win if they were going to stand any chance of fighting back on Mirage. They do win that gun round, and they've won a couple rounds since then as well. 3 in a row for MIBR. Certainly does improve the optics of Mirage. If they can level up the scoreline here, then paiN Gaming will absolutely feel like they've left a few rounds on the table.
Alright, here we go. paiN Gaming, unfortunately, moving a bit slower once again. MIBR have changed the game up, able to get in their face, able to get mid-control for themselves. Such an area of contention early on in this half. Insani spamming away, eventually gets the head of Lux, the danger man. 18-9 still. Incredible scenes. Snow doing well for 2 here as they burst out through ramp. Surprise factor coming in. Another player on A, though, is unexpected. Insani does well on the rotation. He knows there's got to be at least one more. But where is this 3rd player? Where is this unaccounted guy right now? NQZ trying to slip the net and go B is absolutely mental. I don't know that they necessarily confirm the bomb, right? So they might think that the bomb is actually headed B or something. What is going on? This game state is
the timing.
wild.
It's all about the timing right now. You look at the minimap. This round is in a very interesting position right now. Drop is going to drop that bomb carrier. Big Uziera with the timing. Oh, he's been spotted. He's been seen. And his massive element of surprise has now been flummoxed. It's going to be a flash high into the sky for Drop, but it doesn't actually go far enough. Big Uziera has a quiet half, but wins a vital 1v1. 7 is what paiN muster. Is that enough?
Welcome back in, one and all. An interesting 1v1 towards the tail end, but paiN will squeeze out that lead. MIBR have done so well to bring it back. However, felt like Mirage was going to be a non-starter. And their CT side did manage to get off the ground ever so slightly. Now on to the TN, though. This is where it gets challenging.
Absolutely. T-side pistol round win, I wouldn't say is a necessity, but would go a long way in improving how MIBR are feeling about the state of this map. Insani finds a great opening kill, and that makes NQZ's life so difficult. Julie's underneath Palace rattling off the shots. They realize pretty late that he's actually here, and they will at least get the trade, but it's bought some time for the rotations to come through from these CTs. Oh my goodness, vital gunfights being won out by MIBR right now. This certainly could have gone either way, but they've been able to get some really key shots. Only no left remaining. 1v4 turn 1v3. I don't fancy his chances.
No, especially after that little banger. Not going to happen here, one would assume. And he will indeed go down. So MIBR using the Glocks to their advantage, closing the gap in a lot of cases there, will allow them a pretty important round, I will say. Like you say, not a complete necessity, but it's a fantastic place to start from. So paiN are going to have a difficult kind of run here. Are they going to force? Are they going to go for the early rifle? It looks like there is a difference in opinion, but they will eventually go in for the force. I'm not sure I'm a massive fan, bro. This is going to give MIBR so much room to work with. They could really build the bank up. If this goes super one-sided here, and you've obviously got the eco in the next, like, there's so much weight on that first rifle.
Yeah, you're right. All of a sudden, it's 8-7. MIBR have a lead at that point, and they were chasing the game 6-2. So that would make them feel a whole lot better. Look at Drop. Look at the space he's taking right now. Talking about space being taken, they're fighting up Catwalk, already pressuring this B-bomb side. That's created the space for Drop, but oh my goodness, the pistols are just reigning supreme. Forced by working out perfectly here for paiN. Safe is desperately trying to force this fight on the low-health player, and he will come through, but Lux has been able to chip him down. It's a 5 versus 2. Kawes is in a phenomenal position. Exit certainly privy to the threat, but how does he get out of TV room safely right now? There should be no way that paiN lose this round from here.
Man alive, something in the water tonight. The rounds, the unlikely rounds, the force buys, especially, have just been so good. Honestly, it's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy. MIBR, it was there. It was there. The chance for you to gain control of this game and really make paiN think about the prospect of the 0-2 defeat. And then, yeah, this round happens, bro.
Yeah.
I think that might be the energy. It looked like they were waiting for someone to walk into them, and then that's not happened, so let's just save.
I think what sucks about this round that MIBR lose here is that it's not like they, it's not like they just get destroyed off the bat. They actually get themselves in some good positions, some great positions. You know, Drop early on in snipers. You got players up Catwalk pressuring B. If they just hit 1 or 2 of those shots, even the early gunfight with the snipers player that looked very messy. So many moments there that could have worked out for MIBR to actually get a foothold in the round, but doesn't transpire. 8-6. paiN Gaming win the vital force fight to keep themselves ahead.
All right, let's see. MIBR, an idea for this round, I think it is safe to say. They don't just kind of throw themselves into that one, saving out what they have. Gives a slim opportunity for them to also answer back with their own force buy. Early smokes out towards mid. Feigning the idea of a mid presence. Actually not really anyone here at all. Safe does have the AK, the scariest weapon of the T side, though, to try and cook something up.
Yeah, they're going to require a massive shift out of him and Exit here. And Safe is creeping his way up connector right now. Oh my goodness, at least he still does get a kill for his troubles after being spotted out. Just trying to reposition, but very awkward angle in that gunfight. And kills just roll through here for the CT side. Eventually Drop gets a frag back, but he only has a Glock. And he is no longer destined for this world. paiN Gaming take a big step in the right direction as they win against the Force. Go up 9-6. Now they play against an Eco. Double digits, ripe for the taking. And their map in complete control.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. MIBR might just have let it slip through their fingers with that force by loss, unless they're able to put up a really incredible T half, once the guns come out, once the sort of normal, quote-unquote, Counter-Strike begins. But yeah, I don't know, man.
We haven't hit that point yet on Mirage.
Yeah, exactly. We're in the game at all.
Yeah, true. Even at large. It has been all over the shop so far here between these two teams. We expected a super hotly contested affair, and it hasn't really lived up to that so far. I guess Mirage has been fairly back and forth. Of course, Nuke was super one-sided with MIBR dominating proceedings there. Vertigo looking increasingly likely at this point.
A little bit of something happening with the run boost, but unfortunately far too many CTs around. You're not going to isolate any of them. They're going to isolate you, so a flawless anti-eco there. paiN hit the predicted double digits. They do so well. And now MIBR, they've got to show us something. They've got to give us something to make us believe in the potential of a comeback here, or indeed, as you say, the Vertigo looking more and more likely here.
It's all on this next gun round for MIBR. They have to win this gun round here, first of the second half. Lose this gun round, you write Mirage off at that point. What's the plan going to be? What is the call from Mr. Exit? Looks like it's going to be a standard default coming through from the T side. Not the case from paiN though. How far does Big Uzera actually extend? He's got Snow to potentially throw some support util. Snow's only got a smoke grenade now. Generally, as the smoke fades, the CT player falls back safe. It's just posted on the angle, patiently waited, and he's rewarded for his patience.
Could be big. See whether they can turn this into anything now then. Looks like it will be an A play for MIBR. A lot of utility still remaining, although only one smoke to lay down, and again, sort of feigning that presence towards middle. So the site itself is left pretty open, very different from the way that paiN like to go for the conventional execute, as it were. NQZ gets an early smoke down, decides to go for an early peek. Meanwhile, Kawez falls to the same kind of fate. Nice return back. That's actually the bomb dropped out in the open, which is a little awkward for a second, but I think they're confident enough with their numbers to win these fights out. It's all going to be on Snow against the entirety of IBR. The bomb ain't planted just yet, so who knows, man. A well-timed frag. This could get messy.
Yeah, I mean, Snow still just remains in position undetected. Shouldn't be able to deny the bomb plant from here. They're just waiting for Lukazi to clear out CT before they actually commit to the bomb plants itself. So just crossing all their T's, dotting all their I's. Snow's now been spotted, and it will be safe to finish off the job. 10-7, MIBR do win that all-important gun round, and they do it in some dominant fashion by keeping 4 players alive. So that'll be a healthy boost to their economy. Plenty money for paiN Gaming to invest in this one. Probably even some change in the bank afterwards. MIBR still a long way back here to contest Mirage, but at least they're able to win that first gun round. And you know, when you win a default like that as well, it also just boosts the confidence of the team. It's not like it was a gimmick little pocket rocket strategy where you won the round. It's reliable, it's sustainable.
Alright. MIBR. What have you got for us? I think they are going to go deep into the strap book here and try and pull out some of their best. Quick A execute. Again, though, not necessarily flowing nicely with the nades. And paiN are ready. First kill comes in. Exits left low. There's a lot of presence here from the CT side. A lot of their own smokes as well to just really make things hard to work through. I don't know where to look. Don't know where you're getting shot from. Silenced M4s. Incredibly hard to pin down. And well,
oh, no.
Getting on top of each other, that's kind of awkward. Safe will go down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Safe wanted to go forwards. Exit wanted to go back. Maybe calming the argument right now as we speak, to be honest.
Yeah, Safe may even have just been posted up on stairs, which is where the peak actually comes through from, so that could be quite frustrating for him. The round just falls flat on its face. Great defense on the say bomb site coming through from paiN. Kawez in particular, just making a nuisance of himself. I love the way that he picks and chooses his fights, just going back in and out of the smoke there. So difficult for MIBR to predict what's going on. You know, Kawe is just playing off his teammates really nicely there as well. Just pinging the contact back and forth. And Exit, well, surely inevitable that he will go down here. 20 seconds, I guess, saving the AK, the best he could hope for. And that's going to be an 11th on the board here for paiN. They take a big step in the right direction.
Oh.
All part of the plan.
It's all good, man. It's all. He gets the AWP. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. That's all he came for, and he got the AWP. So
there we go.
Ignore the rest.
Exactly. Successful round.
Okay. What more of MIBR got to show us here, I think, is the key question. Yes, they've got the A execute that I think pretty much any team worth their salt on this map is going to have in the back pocket. They didn't really bait enough out. They didn't draw enough attention away. So it is a very flat approach to Mirage on this here T side. I think they've done well to, you know, keep things competitive and keep nipping at the heels of paiN. It could have been a hell of a lot closer if they didn't lose out the force buy, to be honest. We'd probably be looking at like an 11-9 now. It's not quite how it works, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Going back in for 8. Bit of a different approach here.
Ooh,
Drop an exit. Yeah, it's tough. It is very, very tough. Lukowski as well, just caught in the open. It's, I don't know, a nice idea, but a little all over the place.
Exactly that, all over the place. It feels disjointed from MIBR in a number of these rounds where they've tried to hammer home on that A bomb side. And Sani gets a kill back to bring it into an even numbers game. He's got to make sure he doesn't overplay his hand here, though. It's really important he joins up with Safe and just walks into the angle. Safe at that point kind of just has to gamble and just push straight into the B bomb site, hope that no one's home. How much does he extend here before he actually goes for the bomb plants is the big question. And it looks like he will now lock in that plant. 1 versus 2. A must-win round here for Safe. Very doable, and he's going to fight forward here in the post-plants. However, paiN Gaming going to avoid him for now. And they just fumble over each other, but they've got every chance in this retake.
It's a fair amount of time bought for Safe, though, and I think with both of them coming in from the same angle, it kind of benefits the AWP to, you know, isolate the fights, but
Okay, buddy.
if Kawes is landing shots like that, it does not matter. Any level of analysis is all out the window. He doesn't care, and he's just going to bang you straight out, because that's ultimately what the game comes down to, man. And that's what that clutch comes down to as well.
Yeah, I feel like the classic Mike Tyson quote obviously gets used and thrown around quite a lot in Counter-Strike, but it really does ring true in our esport, and that's that you can have any plan in the world until you get headshot, right? Basically, you can have any plan in the world until you get punched in the face, and so it is one of those things. 12-7, at least a bomb plant for MIBR gives them a little bit of extra money coming into this next round, but paiN have got 5 opportunities to close their pick out and take us to Vertigo. Keep themselves in contention for that spot at Pro League. Getting it done through the upper bracket, the most ideal. I like that from Big Azira. Clears the edge of the smoke out, doesn't peek off, but immediately swings back into it. MIBR put all their eggs in one basket as they barrel in towards this B bomb site and they trade evenly.
Oh, nice catch onto Snow. That's maybe the big one, to be fair. Big Azira through the smoke. Thought he might get spammed down. Okay, so Lukowski hiding out, trying to find the timing. I mean, it's a crazy peak. It is a crazy peak in so many different ways. It might just have allowed paiN to get back in and take this one over the line. Big frag from Exit. His position now known. Drop trying to thread the needle. He does so for one. Reveals Kawes. Still not out of the woods quite yet, though. He's got all the info that he needs to pull this off. And that Molotov is nowhere near the bomb, my guy. He's only tapped onto the bomb, however, which could be a bit of a difference maker here. Drop. Not peeking just yet.
No.
Trying to get the timing. Kawes going to find him, and it's just so panicked. And they do manage to clutch it up, bro. Oh, my God. It's so crazy out here right now between paiN and MIBR. All convention out the window. Lukowski. What is going on? What is going on, bro? The peak as a concept is not great, but also like the mechanics of it is just so lazy. He doesn't shoulder, he doesn't jiggle. It just really is difficult for both of these teams, in all fairness. to get it going. But I think that, yeah, readjusting back in, and also the domestic matchups, it's actually a line that we've used for years, isn't it? Where you say they always get a bit crazy. These players know each other. They were probably on teams with each other back in the day when they were like 14, you know? So it can, it can get a bit wild out here, and I think that we've had a taste of that. But we are into Vertigo. Final map here of this upper final is underway, and all to play for.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Vertigo is live. And hopefully it will deliver. paiN Gaming. We don't actually know who won the knife round, so not entirely sure who decided to choose which side they're going to start on here on this decider. Don't know if production can give us some word on that. Either way, a couple sets of Julies in play here for the CT side. 2 flashes and a smoke, and it was paiN Gaming who won the knife. We have confirmations. They chose to start on the defensive half. Big Uzira, that's a drive-by.
Yeah, pretty nasty, brother. Looks though he will manage to pick up the key double. Triple, make it. Just down to drop here. Got the bomb. Gonna get out of there and just desperately go in for this bomb plant. But it's all a fake. He's trying to catch them off guard. He can't find the headshots, unfortunately. And Lux will confirm 4 in the starter round. paiN have laid down the law to begin with here, and a fantastic opener for them.
Yeah, exactly what they needed to kickstart their campaign. Just shutting down MIBR initially there. That kill from Big Uzira certainly did throw a spanner in the works. And then from there, just able to win the gunfights out favorably. As if we didn't have enough of a delay, we got a pause here off the bat as well. So we're a bit worried about MIBR, I think it's safe to say, just in the terms of the way that this game is going. After winning on Mirage, Nuke as cleanly as they do, they get rolled over on Mirage, and now we're wondering, how are they going to be able to set themselves up now coming into this decider? What's the team talk been like? And also, I mean, we've been harping on about the veto, right? And how it always did favor paiN Gaming coming into the series, with Ancient being their permaban and that being MIBR's, you know, probably best map alongside Nuke at the moment. Certainly did give paiN a good edge coming into this particular series. And we could see that really coming to fruition here with Vertigo as the decider if paiN Gaming win this one.
Oh. Insani, are you with us? Seems he's, well, not here. Oh, he's back.
Okay,
all right.
Good.
Cool.
I guess because it's a full eco, they weren't.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, but still, it's a little scary.
Just a tad.
Doing the old existence here, hanging out in spawn, talking things over in the eco. Timeout without taking a timeout. But that's a bit of a reference for you, you know, if you're an OG.
Throwback. Yeah.
Probably some people in the chat don't even know who that guy is.
That's sad, honestly.
Yeah, well.
Existence, one of the GOAT IGLs. I always loved his teams.
I don't know, dog. I don't know about.
I'm using GOAT very loosely.
You are, yeah,
but,
you are. Okay, that's fine.
We'll just run with it. We'll run with it.
He was a cool guy. He, you know, invented the execute or whatever the heck. I don't know.
One of the best looking IGLs.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. I can agree with that.
if we're allowed to
yeah, I can agree with that.
Make that point. I think he's coaching a Valorant team now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Either way, good cleanup coming through from the MP9s, getting the lion's share of the kills will be a good boost to the economy. paiN Gaming have no problem at all getting across the line against that eco, and now we sink our teeth into the first gun round.
Yeah, lovely and clean. I suppose it is nice to have a bit of slowdown in this game because it has just been so relentlessly quick. But time will tell on this one. MIBR have to give us something because paiN, everything is with them right now. A fantastic second map. And this one feels pretty good thus far. No real contest from MIBR. You can see that in the kill count. Only 2 kills across the course of the 2 rounds. So, is there anything cooking up here? paiN have got quite an aggressive stance on ramp.
MIBR were pretty slow to get things going on Mirage. I can't afford for that to happen here again as well. This is a bonus round. They're playing against 3 MP9s. If you can't win this sort of a round, then how are you going to win full gun rounds when there's an AWP and full rifles? Big challenge here. Big task for MIBR to get the ball rolling. And it's a pretty measured approach from the get-go. Happy to let paiN Gaming have their fun at ramp. And then MIBR can have their say.
Of all the maps to move slow, I don't think Vertigo would be the one straight out of the gate, but it is. 35 seconds left on the clock, and MIBR have held on to a decent amount of utility. One flash, though, not a fan of that. It's going to be pretty dry here. Because Zera goes in dry. Cowes goes in dry, and they try and stand strong right at the tail end. I think at the very least they know what is up now, what is happening, where the attack is going to be coming from. Snow's flash over the top is pretty nice. Bomb plant is going to be attempted here. Can they do anything to deny it? What the hell are you doing? Knife is out, but the MP9s will find it in the end. Goodness me.
Oh,
kind of
wow.
crazy. The insanity is back here on Vertigo.
I appreciate the all-in commitment there. It's not like it was one player just jumping on the corner by himself. There was a clear plan where his teammates were going to peek off of him as well. Lux is the hero in this round as well. I mean, he's the one who wrestles it back for his team with the vital multi-kill. He was the hero, the shining light for paiN, especially throughout the early stages of Mirage. I mean, in middle, he gets that ridiculous quad kill, and then he finishes off with the ace, and I think he was like 16 or 17 and 8 at one point. And he started off phenomenally here on Mirage, on Vertigo as well. Great way to open up the gun round. paiN Gaming win their bonus.
Yeah, I mean, it is a fantastic round from him. The logic of that play, though, is just out of this world. It puts a lot of trust, a lot of faith into your teammates to clean up after you, for sure. Nice finds here on the techs. Nice finds on the techs. They get themselves some decent rifleage to work with, take a bit of a pause, as the recovered smokes will go over the top. Still a pretty big gap here. It's going to be difficult to get this bomb in on the cross. Just gambling it, really. Molotov comes in. That'll make life awkward for the planter, but doesn't actually reach. So not necessarily needed to take the fight there, Lukowski. Back into the 3-on-3. Kits are available. Exit is brave at Gen to find a key frag. And this looks very, very winnable now for MIBR. Exit with another NQZ, no HP, and he will save.
Okay, vital round back here by MIBR, and it starts off perfectly. Like you say, Tech9 just running rampant at stairs, able to find 2 kills for the price of 1, and then really good chain flashes being thrown from middle as well to make it tough for NQZ to rotate back into that B bomb site after they had lost control. So, well-constructed round coming through from MIBR. I mean, they had Max Round lost bonus behind them, so it makes sense that they dig a bit deeper into their pockets with the upgraded pistols and util that they bring into the round as well. And it all comes together. Felt like NQZ was playing as though he had an AWP, just with the angles he was posting up there and how he was trying to stop the opponents from getting onto the bomb site. I think he needs to be a bit braver there, a bit more proactive in trying to fight for site control.
Timeout here. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. Want this game to continue and keep rolling.
Yeah.
But sometimes got to happen. We did have quite a few delays getting into this game, actually. And then each map has been slow to get going, you know. Even, yeah, we might flame the players ever so slightly for it. That's sort of us getting back at them, you know.
Yeah.
But it has been particularly slow today. So there must be something going on.
It's unfortunate that we've been plagued by some tech issues. I mean, Brazil is a massive country, obviously, so sometimes can be difficult to find a server that's working for everybody, and relying on everyone's internet connection. I do sympathize with them coming from South Africa. I understand the struggles. I can relate. It's funny because remember there was that saying in Brazil, what was it? They'll never understand. Was that it during the Rio Major?
I think so, yeah. What it's essentially what it's like to be Brazilian.
Yeah, there was something along those lines. In South Africa, we have a saying, Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie, which means they'll never know what we know. It's very culty, you know, it's very culty, us against them, and you really do just kind of isolate yourselves in a way, but it also just bands you together. So I feel like there's a lot of similarities between South African and Brazilian culture.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I can't speak to it too much. I've never visited either country. I, regret to say, but
Come to South Africa. The classic. You come to
it's
Brazil.
on the list.
No, for real. For real,
it's on
you
the
gotta
list,
come
man,
to South Africa.
It is definitely on the list. I think be a great experience, and yeah, man, just the idea of like the wildlife and the nature. Very very different from the UK.
I mean, there's so much diversity in terms of what you can experience in South Africa as well, from the nature and the wildlife to cities to just different cultural experiences as well. So it's definitely, in terms of, you go to Europe and you can travel to multiple different countries to get a vastly different experience. In South Africa, you can kind of get that just in one country, which is cool.
Yeah, that's fair. I can get behind that. I think, I'm not super well cultured. I have traveled a little bit with the casting, but you do a lot of hotel rooms and sleeping, and then obviously casting the game.
Yeah,
but I
you
hope
don't really get to experience the country at that point.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of like, maybe in the next few years, maybe into like my early 30s, when I've got my finances sorted and like a house sorted or whatever, I can be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do a bit of traveling. So, because that's the joy of this job, is I can probably pause for like 6 months and just go everywhere, really. Speaking of pauses, it's over. We're back in.
Here we go, baby. 3-1. MIBR win essentially an eco round to open up their account. Unfortunately, they can't ride that wave of momentum off the extended break, but let's see if that's going to be the start of things to come. That is brave from Big Uziera, and he nets an opening kill.
Yeah, pretty solid stuff. Great find. Ooh, missed up short exit, trying to pull off a wild play there through the smoke, to be fair. I have to say, one of the things that I have not really considered up until this point is these goddamn charms are actually quite distracting while you're trying to cast. But it is what it is.
I'm not a charm enjoyer, just to put it out there. Don't drop me a gun with a charm on it. Yes, the ADHD doesn't help, but either way, 3-1 the scoreline, and a 5 versus 3 here in the round as well. paiN Gaming starting things off very nicely with their success towards ramp. Kawe's got a neat little wallbang kill there as well to really extend the advantage here in the round for his team. And now MIBR kind of left scratching their heads. Do they even attempt? Nope, they don't. They're not even going to attempt to get back into the round here. They have just accepted their fate. And so paiN Gaming gets straight back to winning ways.
Yeah. Anticlimactic finish here, and it does, again, feel that the Vertigo is being uncharacteristically slow. Not as much fighting, not as much searching going on. Really does feel like it is that all-important map where both teams have had some sloppiness on map 1 and 2. I think that they're looking to sort of tighten and discipline things. A 3-man T-save, you know what I mean? Like, it does feel that they're playing that super heavy percentage game.
Yeah, but it means that you're putting a lot of stock on this next gun round by prioritizing a save into 3 versus 5, because if you lose this next gun round afterwards, then you really pay the price. $2,900 coming their way, not going to be enough for a full buy in the next. So a lot relying on this round right now for MIBR. See if they can make it work.
Oh, drop for the first.
Kill. Yeah, you take that.
It's a nice find. Early on as well, on the B-bomb site, like everything feels pretty comfortable over there. At this point, not quite sure what paiN are going to be able to do to answer back. I guess they maybe just have to take a gamble on one of the bomb sites and hope they guess correctly. Still got NQZ on the AWP, is a pretty big deal.
Oh yeah, and he's also got a line of sight down towards ramp right now. paiN Gaming showing a tendency to contest control at the start of the round makes sense. With the changes on the A bomb side, I feel like it's just you have to fight for ramp every single round as the CTs. Maybe not off the bat and throughout the round, but either early round or mid round, you've got to have some sort of presence ramp. Good util usage coming through from the T side though, just making sure that they stave off any threats. After showing that presence ramp, they will now just pivot back in towards the B bomb site.
Very strange here from MIBR, really playing a slow T side. Looks with a late Molotov. That's going to slow them down pretty substantially, split them up and whatnot. Nades coming round. I mean, the game is given away. Flashes to continue slowing down. Only 20 seconds here to get this bomb down, bro. They've got to get the kills as well. Still plenty of flashes available for paiN. 10 seconds for the bomb. Oh, if NQZ had hit it, man, that could have been a game changer. Not going to happen. And I think paiN are the ones that start kind of panicking in there. As MIBR will just about manage to get it. But yeah, super, super strange parameters and leaving it that late.
Yeah, but paiN crumbled in that late round. Was looking really good for them. MIBR didn't have any obvious or great options available to them. They really just had to try and brute force their way into that B bomb site, and unfortunately paiN Gaming not able to stand up to the challenge there. It was a 5v4 for MIBR, and it's not like they really played with their advantage. Not like they really tried to use that advantage, just kind of hope that there'd be some space afforded to them over on that B bomb side. Either way, they have broken that CT side economy. So it will be an eco coming through now for paiN, and a chance for MIBR to close the gap to just one.
Yeah, let's see. We did have a lot of madness. A lot of madness on Mirage in particular with, you know, how close. And of course, the force buys getting over the line as well. So, I never count anything out, it feels like, in a game like this one. A few 5-7s in the mixture. But of course, the HE airstrike here could be pretty big. If they can time it well. Molotov comes in. That gives the presence of at least one. Do they want to release? I think they're still waiting patiently, trying to bide their time. That would be a good time to do it. Drop's got to be careful. Meanwhile, mid is compromised while they've been holding these nades, man. Drop is left incredibly low, but I don't think they managed to get them all down range because they get flanked out from Guardian.
Yeah, played to perfection there. Great work on the timing coming through from MIBR as they do close the gap to just one. paiN Gaming with a little bit of breathing room, but very quickly can get suffocated out of the server. If they lose this next round here, then it's an eco. MIBR go up 5-4 in control. And this map is for all the marbles. You win this, you qualify for Pro League, you're straight into the grand final. You can put your feet up and take it easy. Lose this, and well, then you have a date in the lower bracket final. I must say, paiN have done pretty well towards ramp in these early rounds so far.
It's true. However, this one feels slightly different. Maybe the swing is there for MIBR. First kill comes in deep towards mid, actually. Exit catches the swinger. That. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. You're 5v4. You don't need to do that.
Exactly. Well, 5v3 in that instance.
Yeah, true.
5v3 makes it even more egregious as far as I'm concerned. And now we're into an even numbers game. It's only Biguzero left on this bomb site. Rotations will come through from his teammates, but pressure ramps up exponentially now. Safe is looking to try and phase through the smoke. Biguzero has an idea that could be happening, and as Safe looks to try and fall back to safety, Biguzero with the burst through the smoke there will collect the kill. Restores the man advantage here. Job not done though.
Not yet. Biguzero. Keen angle here. Gonna lose his support, gonna lose the vision as well. That return smoke is really nice. They're gonna try and make something happen, and not really the gap that NQZ wanted. It's a nice idea, he's too late. And they have, of course, crossed, so they will get control of B. They will get this bomb down for free as well. paiN Not going to expect this one, so the retake, not the best. So many angles to clear. NQZ
man.
could go down early, and he does. Exit so well done from him. Baiting things out, drawing the location of Big Uzera now, and this has crumbled.
Yeah, Big Uzera is looking to try and bypass Exit, and he will go back to hunt for that kill, but Exit comes out on top. What a massive round coming through from Exit, not just in terms of the fact that he gets 3 kills, but even the call there, the decision-making to phase through the elevator smoke and then switch things up and go to the B bomb side. paiN even have that false sense of security because NQZ uses the nade to clear out the smoke and he doesn't spot anybody. So they're thinking at that point that MIBR have gone back towards ramp. Just really good decision-making coming through from the T side. paiN Gaming going to be kicking themselves. That was a 5 versus 3. Spirals out of control after Kawes gives up an unnecessary fight, and yeah, the round unravels from there.
Yeah, so this is getting kind of dangerous now, actually. paiN, after some pretty good starts into a few rounds, have begun to struggle. MIBR's war of attrition has proved to be a lot for them, but the P250 sometimes is all you need. A refresh, a different look. You never know what you might find. What is going on, Snow? Mate, what is that full eco P250? You've got me.
He doesn't even have armor, like you say. No armor at all. He's gotten 4 kills with the P250. Where in God's name has that come through from Snow? What has he just done to MIBR? Just bonks them on the head with a P250. Easy as you like. Oh man, I mean, it's why Snow has been touted as one of the most exciting prospects coming out of Brazil in recent times. What a round for him to activate as well. That is remarkable. Unfortunate we don't get to see that from his POV, but you can't really blame the observer either.
Yeah, surely one of these rifles is going to kill him. Surely this guy. Yeah. Oh my God. Unbelievable.
The death cam, man.
Unbelievable. Right, back to the rifles. So we'll see if paiN can replicate that success. Decent nade damage coming out. MIBR angry. They have moved up ramp a hell of a lot quicker here. Exit is toying with the angles, trying to find a head, but nothing coming just yet. Waiting for the rest of the team to be sold on the idea of the A hit. paiN are very ready. They heard all the footsteps, so MIBR do have a decision to make on this one.
I've been able to get a lot earlier control towards ramp right now, and they've got the numbers stacked up. But paiN Gaming, they've got 4 of their 5 players over towards the same bomb side as well, so they're pretty well poised to deal with what's going to be coming their way. Drop answers back with the wall bang, with some wall bang damage of his own. He's going to get a kill as a result, and he'll continue to just charge forward. Lux with the smoke bang gets the trade, a vital kill coming through from him. And Insani is going to go for the bomb plant. That's really bold from him. You have to be brave in those situations. Lux continues to go searching, though, and it's now all unsafe in the 1 versus 2. Doesn't look like they're actually accounting for this at all right now. Rounds the corner, spraying away. Brings Lux down low as a single point of health. Snow taps the defuse initially. Safe is then worried about the defuse being stuck, so he tries to spam the smoke to deny the defuse. That isn't actually happening. Lux gets on the defuse, and Snow gets the kill. Doesn't really matter how the rounds come, but paiN Gaming, they're up to 6.
Oh my goodness, it is getting out of hand. It's really getting out of hand now. It's 1:45 in the morning for me now. Thankfully, I've got a bit of distance between me and the neighbors, because this game is just exploding out of control. However, paiN trying to make it make sense, right? Towards the end here, the split is coming. MIBR trying to stay on them, trying to keep a bit of the chaos in there. paiN, though, they could potentially take a solid lead here if they keep up this trend.
I mean, if they win this round here, 7-4, and then MIBR not going to have a huge amount to work with in the next round, they'll be okay, but not great. So paiN Gaming, I mean, if they make it 8-4 in the first half, they'll absolutely back themselves to get the job done from there, especially considering how close it's been in the middle portion of this first half. Feels like the individuals have really been bailing paiN Gaming out of some of these rounds, Snow and Lux in particular. And they've done well to get some opening kills, mostly courtesy of Big Uzera, but paiN Gaming have also been a little bit ill-disciplined in a few of these rounds, so they've got to brush up, tighten up these screws.
Early spam down. MIBR once again going back to their tried and tested. Slightly faster burst though. Flash over the top is pretty good. Incredibly blinded Snow manages to find one. Another flash comes in for him. It's great. Oh, he could have got more. Safe is lucky to get that kill while full white, you have to be honest. Either way, it's a man advantage and it's a frightened MIBR. No way in to beat.
Yeah, gonna have to just reassess the situation and try go back elsewhere. There has been a lot of space afforded to them over on the say bomb side. It was just NQZ here with the Yorp, and he's in elevator right now. He needs somebody to cover his skinny. It's Big U0 who's tasked with that, but he's just caught turned looking the wrong way entirely, relying too much on the smoke that I think was a little bit deeper. Either way, brings it back into an even numbers game. MIBR pressuring the say bomb site heavily in the molly right now. Kill comes through 2 versus 1. Safe's had a tough time in the half so far, but he has a job here. Is able to find that first kill. Time working against him though. Wow, paiN is playing it so passively. I really like this. Great discipline from paiN.
With the knife out though, man. Yeah, really smart from paiN. I just think if Safe had gone up, he would have had a much better chance at that. Maybe didn't give himself the time. It's tough. It's very, very tough. Super lucky one for paiN to come out on the top of. And, you know, MIBR have done really well to fight back and bring that close. But close ain't going to cut it. Close ain't going to cut it. paiN squeezing ahead now, taking the lead into the second half and looking to bolster that now.
Yeah, I feel like this has been way more of a contest, a lot more of an arm wrestle compared to the previous 2 maps, at least as far as the first half is concerned. And I'm really impressed by how paiN have actually kept their composure throughout this arm wrestle. Despite the fact that, you know, sometimes feels like they do lack experience, which leads for them to crumble in some tense situations, but that hasn't been the case here on Vertigo so far. Drop continues to be a demon for MIBR. They've struggled in this half so far, but he has been a shining light.
Oh, paiN's big find. Puts him in prime position here. Lukowski, though, he's worked his way in behind. It looks like he might be considered. Lux is ready. Creeping in. How ready is he? The answer is very, really, really keen find, and maybe just saw him in his peripheral vision while he was sort of rotating around there, and Sunny now all alone.
Yeah, try and recover a 5th round from this first half. It was looking hotly contested at one point, so if paiN Gaming can lock in 8-4, they'll feel very good about their return, and that is indeed the scoreline they realize. 8-4, they are 5 rounds away from getting the job done. We'll find out if they can make it happen in the second half.
One last time we head in here. Folks, paiN have put themselves in pole position, as we like to say. This could be theirs in just a matter of rounds, a matter of moments. The pistol is a keen starting off point, of course. Double digits on the horizon here, or lineups right down to the shadow. However, they know what's up. MIBR moving early. Insani sold down the river. The flash is good, but Drop just can't quite find those heads that he so desired. NQZ with a keen one brings it down to a solid number now. Lukowski is close with the Julies, but unfortunately the range lets him down ever so slightly. Exit, god damn it, takes the headshot at range, and they just now have the run of the mill. There's no way that, yeah, he can really do much. They're actually going to draw back and not even give him the chance.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Offering up maximum respect to Exit right now, who will still be able to pivot over towards the safe bomb side. It will require a clutch of the ages if there's any world in which he could potentially make this one work and doesn't connect on the instant shots. His low health will eventually come back to haunt him, and it will be paiN Gaming who take a huge step in the direction of winning this upper bracket final. My goodness, I mean, it kind of looked like there were some moments in the pistol there for MIBR fighting towards stairs. Once they figure out Drop's position, though, it becomes so difficult for him to get anything done. I love how they peek with the nade as well. You know, Drop's going to be shell-shocked in that moment, has his vision obscured as well. And paiN Gaming get themselves up to 9.
Looking good. Timeout to come through once again. The tech pause has been plaguing us ever so slightly on map 3 for sure, but again, it has spoken to the entire series. Unfortunately, this one comes at a difficult moment for MIBR. Doesn't last all that long. Seems like we are good. They're going to force into it, though, so this really sets paiN up. Really sets paiN up. I don't know, man. You are a bit screwed, but I think you got to eco and just get that early rifle going, to be honest with you.
I'm right there with you. I think you're down 9-4. You don't have the liberty of going for a force buy. You just kind of bend the knee, forfeiting around like this. You go 10-4, and then you get the gun round in the 15th. But they're going to roll the dice with the force. And if they lose this, 11-4, is that even recoverable? I'm not entirely sure, because paiN will have so much momentum behind them at that point, won a number of consecutive rounds. So good luck, have fun, MIBR. 4 MP9s and a 5-7. That's what they have at their disposal right now. They're starting to fall off here. Fall off the map. Not literally either. Big Uzera has already been able to just go searching up ramp with the MAC-10. He's getting a lot of info and control. He's going to just rally his troops and call for them to join up with him. I lie. They're going to go B, but it looks like Big Uzera has actually forced some rotation, so it is a good call.
Yeah, making noise over here, right? And I think just drawing that kind of attention against a force buy round as well. They are more likely to move aggressively, and we actually see it again on B, and then they draw away from B, so MIBR just not really stopping here. Big Uzera has all this info. They still have a decent amount of utility to work with. Big Uzera goes ever so slightly early. Does get traded through the smoke, which is tough. But the control of the A-bomb site has been wrestled for, has been earned, he says. And suddenly we're in a 1 versus 1. Drops made it happen, and Exit will capitalize. MIBR, in the blink of an eye, take the round.
I mean, there was a lot moving and shaking in that round there. MIBR stacking up B, rotating A, maybe thinking about going back to B, then finding themselves on A, wrestling with paiN Gaming on that side of the map, and then coming out on top as well. Really important round out of Exit. I love how he plays that 1v1 as well with the MP9, utilizing the strength of the gun. Just a super wide swing coming through from him. And, well, that's going to breathe some fresh life into their campaign here. Yeah, that also felt a bit muddy from paiN in terms of how they're trying to push through smoke grenades. I don't think that the time was a huge factor for them either. I think they could have played out the round a little bit more there before they went all in on the A-bomb side.
Lukowski, nice find. dealing with the Deagles here. Ooh, got to be careful. Don't bite off too much.
Yeah.
It is fair. MIBR, if they are looking to close this gap, will have to, again, remain so clean and so cost-effective, I think, is the key thing.
Feels like Lucazi has just had an awful time this series. Honestly, we know what a ridiculously talented player he is, but we just haven't seen that here in this game. Got 22 kills between the two maps before this. He's 8 and 13 right now. Just not numbers synonymous with Lucazi. Normally, like, top fragger for his team, second top fragger kind of thing. We're going to need to see him come to life here if MIBR are going to be able to fight back on Vertigo. This next round, though, going to be as free as they come.
Yeah, one would assume so. Again, keep the money low, or keep the cost low, I should say. Hopefully not going to concede a bomb plant either, but paiN have to be careful now. They were the ones that were in the spot. They were the ones that could take it over in quick fashion. Glock's closing the gap. Insani! He's on his USP! Oh my god, what is happening? What is happening? They've not fully committed in as well. It's just kind of perfect for paiN. They're able to drop back and keep things confusing. No round is ever what it seems.
I came into this saying this is as free as they come for MIBR. Evidently not. We've seen them lose to an eco already here on Vertigo. There's no way they can afford for that to happen again, though. Absolutely not. I mean, there are 3 players who are very low, barely making up, what, like 30 health between them. For Mas on Big Uzira, still, I'm not fancying paiN's chances, but even another kill here would absolutely be welcomed, and there's actually been a lot of space afforded to them over towards the, say, bomb site. I mean, Lucazi is going to have a flank, but it's not going to be great in terms of the timing. I mean, even a plancher would be regarded as a success for paiN, and Lucazi's pivoted away from the flank up ramp. So, bomb plant guaranteed? Anything more, script?
I mean, maybe. We'll see. Dink lands there. This FAMAS is going to have to go large. Big damage. Losing teammates onto the Glock now, but yeah, one quick headshot could have really turned that. Unfortunately, not going to happen. MIBR tighten up, but still 2 kills in a bomb plant for no investment is really good for paiN. Really, really good.
Oh, absolutely. They have to capitalize on that by winning this next round here, though. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. They're going to have everything they could ask for. AKs across the board. AWP on NQZ. All the util in the world. Could say the same for MIBR, bar the sniper rifle. Game on here. paiN still in control, but not any longer if they lose this gun round.
Here we go. The big round could decide the series, and of course, qualification spots here. Safe traded instantly. Lucazi. Oh, it's attempted, and the swings were there. The flashes were okay, but not good enough. paiN will roll their way in towards this A bomb site now. Just Insani and drop, and surely not going to give this a look at all.
Okay, well, not like paiN have to do a huge amount. Like you say, just winning the gunfights offered up to them towards ramp goes a long way in them actually just getting control here in the round. So that's going to be double digits picked up here by the T side. Very important that both these remaining players stay alive for MIBR as well, just so they can carry the guns over. Should have a full buy in the next. Kawe is narrowly missing out on spotting drop, but yeah, it'll go down. Okay, I mean, MIBR, they're going to have to fight for ramp. That goes without saying. It's not like they can just go in a shell and try and play from the bomb sites itself, which is always awkward, right? When you're chasing the game, but you still have to continue to make plays. And you can very easily just lose these rounds in the early round as well if these fights ramp don't go your way. So MIBR certainly do have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, not going to be easy. Not going to be easy, but at least they have something that is serviceable here. And actually, okay, I was going to say could go in for the AWP. Not going to be the case. So they can answer back. They can answer back. They have to do so. Competition got to remain here. very, very difficult to say at this point which way it is going to swing. MIBR going for something very similar to the previous with the ramp progression.
Big kill there from Insani, just to try and throw a wrench into the works here for paiN. He's going to continue to go searching, and Kawes with a snappy shot will dispatch of Insani and combines with Snow to find the B anchor. That just could be round over off the bat here. Love the adjustment from paiN here in the round. A change up in approach, just pincering onto that B bomb site. Really good pressure coming through middle, combining with the players making their way up the stairs, and that's going to be an 11th on the board now.
This looks harsher. This looks way, way harsher. I mean, paiN have got not loads of money built up, but it still would be nice to see them look for the hunt, try and secure this one in. They're just happy to win the round, so happy to string them together. MIBR, it's starting to get real as their lack of proficiency on this map, I think, is really getting to them. You know, they're unable to dig any deeper, to find any more creativity, and there's just not much left in the tank. Thankfully, they'll save 3 once again. Not quite as clean of a buy, I don't think, but should be able to cobble something together to deny the all-important 12th comeback train. Still not got going quite yet, but there is room. There is certainly room.
There is, but the problem for me, the concern is the way that MIBR have lost these 2 previous rounds. You know, first one, they just outright lose the fight at the top of ramp, and second, Kawes just rolls them in middle. So it's been all too easy for paiN with the past 2 rounds that they've won. Oh, Lukowski, gun barrel spotted. Big Zero combines with the NQZ with the wall bang, and in that opening kill, just all too easy for paiN Gaming.
Yeah, something they've done really well in, to be honest, finding those early kills. Really, really brilliant stuff. Rob might be able to save the round here. He's located another player, takes the fight cleanly, and it is indeed the pendulum in favor of MIBR now. So what can paiN do in response? A lot of noise being made over on A. Not quite committing just yet. Safe gonna go digging. Spots the player, gets the pre-fire, will be traded. Oh my, and 2 kills in the same moment have let this round fall away. paiN never down and out, never losing proceedings. Briefly a 4-on-2. And it is all down to Drop, the man that brought them back into the round to try and get it going again. Not gonna happen. And paiN steal number 12.
And Lux has been a hero here for paiN in a number of these rounds in the series so far. What a round for him to come alive here on Vertigo as well. A massive multi-kill at his hand. That was a 4 versus 2 for a brief moment there. And then himself and NQZ just, well, blink and you would have missed it. 3 kills in very quick succession between them. Here at this point, 4v2, it's looking great there for the CT side, but oh man, they just fall flat on their faces. 12-7, 5 opportunities for paiN Gaming to conclude proceedings here in the series. Again, after having lost the first map, to then come back, win the second and the decider. And this time, it would come with a spot at Pro League as well, if they can finish off the job.
Oh, safe spam down through the smoke. Lives to fight another day, however. Have MIBR got anything left? Anything? There's a boost up for Lukowski. That's about all they have here that looks interesting. Slight heavier lean on A, I suppose, but paiN really do have the control of this game. They really do have the opportunity to close it out in, again, very, very clean fashion. It has been a wild series, some crazy rounds between these 2 teams, but paiN, right at the very final moments, have found a sense of calm, I think. Really just getting into the flow.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Feels like they're in the flow state right now. Are paiN Gaming. They finish off the job here, and now looks like it might be the case. They found another opening kill. They've been so good at finding these opening frags. Insanity desperately trying to remain in control of this B bomb site, but Lux and Cowiz with the 1-2 punch blow the door wide open. The job's done. paiN Gaming are on the brink.
Bomb goes down, and it starts to hammer home. Safe cannot find anything. paiN will take it over the line, 2-1, and they secure their spot in that grand final with the one map in hand. Qualification spot is indeed confirmed. Maybe things are looking slightly uncertain into next year, but one thing is definitely certain. paiN are one step closer to crowning themselves